As we continue through Chapter 5, we get to Section 4 and we start doing two-step equations. Two-step equations simply use the information that we used in Sections 2 and 3, which were those inverse operations, and they make us put those things together to solve equations. So let's take a look at the first example. First example is 4x plus 7 equals 23. The first thing we need to do is find where the variable is. Variable is over on this left side. And we need to look at the numbers that go along with it. We have a 4 that's multiplied and we have a 7 that's added. When you're doing two-step equations, you start with the addition and subtraction. You need to get rid of those numbers first. So we're going to subtract 7 on both sides of the equation. And when we do that, working from left to right, we have 4x, our 7's cancel out, equals 16. And then our second step is to get rid of the 4. Right now we have 4 times x, the opposite or the inverse of multiplying times 4 is divide by 4. So we're going to divide both sides of the equation by 4. Working from left to right, our 4's cancel out on the left side and we're left with x. We bring down our equal sign. 16 divided by 4 equals 4. So our solution is x equals 4. Now we can test it out by putting it back into the original equation. 4x plus 7 equals 23. So 4 times 4 plus 7 equals 23. When we solve it, we multiply 4 times 4, we get 16 plus 7 equals 23. Finish solving this the left side, 16 plus 7 equals 23. Bring down our equal sign and our 23, and yes, it checks out. Our second example uses distributive property. If you remember from when we studied distributive property earlier in the year, when we use distributive property, we take the outside number, or the outside term, and we multiply it by both of the terms on the inside of the parentheses. So we need to take 7 times y, drop in the symbol, and then 7 times 4. So when we do that, 7 times y equals 7y. We drop in our symbol, and then we multiply 7 times 4, and we get 28. And then we finish writing out the equation. Now we have a two-step equation. So the first thing we need to do is get rid of the addition and subtraction portion. So we have plus 28 here. Therefore, the inverse is to subtract 28. Working from left to right, we bring down our 7y. The 28's cancel out. We bring down our equal sign, and 21 minus 28 is negative 7. Now we need to get rid of this 7 that's with our y. Right now it's being multiplied 7 times y, so to get rid of it we need to divide out. So we divide by 7 on both sides of the equation. From left to right, our 7's cancel, we keep our y, bring down our equal sign, and negative 7 divided by 7 equals negative 1. That's our solution. Now let's go back and check it. If we take 7 parentheses y plus 4 equals 21. There's our original equation, and we need to plug in our answer for y. We use distributive property again, so 7 times negative 1 is negative 7. 7 times 4 is 28. We solve the left side. Negative 7 plus 28 is 21. Bring down our equal sign, and we have 21 on the right side, so that checks out. Our third example is a proportion. We did proportions earlier in the year, and we did the crisscross multiply method, where you find the variable, you look at the number that's within the same side of the ratio. So you would have taken the 16 and then you crisscross multiply 16 times 15, and then you divide by the number underneath 24. Using that now, we can actually see how this works algebraically. You take the crisscross and put it on one side of the equal sign. So we take 15 times 16 and put it on one side of the equal sign, then we put it on our equal side, and we do the crisscross to go on the other side of the equal sign, 24n. So to simplify that, we multiply 16 times 15, and we get 240. Bring down our equal sign, and we still have 24n over here. We need to get rid of the number that's with the variable. Right now it's 24n, so that's multiplication. We have to divide it out. So we divide 24 out of both sides. Working from left to right, 240 divided by 24 equals 10. Bring down our equal sign. The 24's cancel out, and we have our n left, so n equals 10. We can check out to see if this works by putting it back into our equation. 16 times 15 equals 24n. So now we have to fill in for n. 16 times 15 equals 240, and 24 times 10 equals 240. So this also checks out.